Hey everybody, welcome to the training. This is live session number 101, and I got a new headset. So give me one in the chat box if you can hear me and see Google on the screen right now. And is the quality okay on the mic? Is it too low? Squeaky? Good to go? Let me know. Sounds great. A little low? Yeah, I'm having trouble with the volume on it. It's bizarre, but crank up the volume on yours just to make sure. I'm just going to open up my little thing here. It's a Corsair one, and I've never used this kind before, but my Logitech one actually broke. So this is what I got. Just got it yesterday. So I'm going to try and turn this up. It's wireless too. So just bear with me 1 sec, and then we'll dive into the training. This one. It's got a side tone, which is kind of neat. So I can hear myself in the microphone. Anyway, I got it cranked up on my end, but I don't know if that's going to work for you guys or not. So let's go with this. If the audio drops at all, let me know. Close that off. So here's what we're doing. Basically, Facebook Marketplace and a new product, right? That's what I said. So we've got a couple things that we have to consider with this. Number one is, let's go to Marketplace. We're going to list products on here. So you can see what I've been looking at, right? Like a lot of landscape stuff, quite a bit. But we can list a lot of things. You can see I'm also looking at New York, where I'm not in New York, I'm in London. So I'll switch this back to my own location. London, there we go. Ontario. Apply. So now we'll see stuff all around me. And people who are on here too, they can switch the location. So just because I'm in Canada on Marketplace, it doesn't matter. I can still view stuff like around the world. But how does that work for you? How does it work for me? What are we going to do? So there's one thing to explain here. If you are in the US right now, you have a huge advantage over me in Canada because you have two things available to you that I do not. You have the ability to make a listing on Facebook Marketplace, and you have the ability to use the checkout on Facebook in order to sell your item. And then you have the ability as well to ship the item through Facebook. So that's a bonus for you, right? I don't have that. So I have to do it a little bit differently. Anybody who is not in the US right now, you're not going to have what's called the shipping option. And the shipping option is just over here on the side. You'll see a little, when you go to Marketplace in your account, you'll see it'll say shipping option. And what that does is it allows you to take orders from anywhere in the US and ship them. Now, the one drawback of having the shipping option, if you guys in the US do this, I can't show you that, but it is simple to do. I'm going to show you how to advertise on Marketplace and how to sell things without the shipping option. If you have the shipping option, you have a big leg up. So you will just set that. And then what you're going to have to do is update the sale with the tracking number. That's the only difference between me and you. So usually when, say I'm on here and I'm like, oh, I need some, I don't know, what looks good here? Anything looking good? I was actually looking at this. So this IKEA TV bench. So it's neat. I think it'll fit actually in my office. I'd like to have more of them, but I was looking at this the other day, and so you see the details. There's the title. Message is what you can do, and then down here I can send a message. So in Canada, this is what Marketplace looks like. In the US, you might see a buy now button, and when you click buy now, you'll pay for it, and then you'll have to enter your shipping information, and then the seller will get your shipping information, and they will have 3 days to update it with the tracking number. Okay, I can't do that here. So this is what Marketplace looks like to me. So you can see it says IKEA TV bench. This is from IKEA. Details, condition, used like new material, wood, brand, IKEA. Then this description is what the seller wrote. So the tags are IKEA furniture, TV cabinet. There's the location. There's the seller. So you can see who that is. And if I want to send a message to them, that's my only option to buy this. So I could send this to him and say, I don't know, how old is this? Send. So what I did is I just contacted this guy and I sent him a message, and you can see it popped up. And now he's going to respond right here. This is what we can do with our world of print on demand. Okay. So people are going to send a message and you're going to respond. And in Canada, because I'm selling print on demand products, my response is, yeah, this is awesome. We have it right here. You can buy it right now. And then I can send them a link to the listing on my print on demand supplier. So I have to do it a little bit different, but it does work very well. So step one in this whole process is we need a supplier. So usually I sell a lot of necklaces, I sell a lot of coffee mugs, I sell t-shirts, hoodies, all that good stuff. I'm thinking for this challenge, we're going to do Father's Day. So I want to sell something different. That's what I promised. And this is something that I haven't really got into yet, but it's going to be fantastic. So this is what we're going to sell. I'm just going to go here. We're going to sell hats. Hats. Think of it. Um, when Father's Day comes up, a dad, and I put this in my video too. I'm a dad. I don't want jewelry. I don't. I know that you can get like a cross or a dog tag or whatever, and you can wear that. I don't want it. So I know that if my kids found like a hat and it looked pretty cool, I'd probably wear it. So look at this. Father's Day hat. Father's Day hat. Amazon. So let's go first to Zazzle, which is a place we don't really go very often, but you're thinking, well, how the heck am I going to do a hat? Well, right here, world's best grandpa, grill master, best dad ever. Well, I can't really do that. The man, the myth, the legend. We probably could do that. Dad, a daughter's first love. Number one dad. Mama is the boss. Best dad ever. Rock star. Best dad ever. World's best grandpa. Do you see what's happening here? We have a lot of ideas that we can do. So what we're going to do is we're going to create hats and we're going to sell them on Facebook Marketplace. Okay. Somebody said, yeah, I actually don't have the buy button in the US. I just have the message also right now anyway. Okay. So don't worry about the buy button. Don't worry about the shipping option because we don't need it. We can just message these people. And I had somebody too contact me and they said, well, can you sell like print on demand on there? I don't think you can. And I went through their commerce policy and I haven't gotten in any trouble right now for selling print on demand. So I'm going to say yes. It is Facebook, so I will put up a warning that we can't control them. People lose ad accounts all the time for no reason. So I'm not going to guarantee that you're going to keep your marketplace account. I don't know what they do. They're Facebook. I just know that we're not doing anything wrong. All right. So step one in this whole process today, what we're going to cover is actually doing some research and putting together our file so that we have some ideas. And then the second thing we're going to do on this call is I'm going to show you a supplier that you're going to use for this. Now, if you have a good hat supplier, go ahead and use them. But I have one I found, and I'm going to walk you through step by step how to set them up and get them up and running. So if you've used Gear Bubble or Shine On or anything like that in the past, this is going to be very easy for you. If you haven't, it might be a little bit more difficult, but we're going to walk you through step by step. And then training session number 2, we're actually going to start listing the items. And then training session number 3, we're going to go through troubleshooting, optimizing, and scaling the whole process. All right. So just so we have a plan of attack here. So today, what we're going to do is create a research folder. And the guys who have been here before, we got a lot of new people, which is awesome. So step 1 is go to Google Sheets. So you can create or an Excel sheet. I use Google Sheets because they're free, they're online. And this is basically going to replace Excel. As far as my business goes, this has already replaced Excel. So we're going to title this spreadsheet. It's a spreadsheet. That's what it is. So we're going to title it. We're going to call it, for me, I'm going to call it challenge number 20, Facebook Marketplace and hats. All right, here we go. So now this one, and what I'll do, I'll share this with you guys in the forums so you can actually make a copy of it so you don't have to repeat any of this. So you can just watch right now. So image, quote, URL, status, notes. And I'll put the link right in the forums. Actually, I can do that in a second. So let's bold that, but you can learn how to do this for future. Actually, I'm going to add a couple, then I'll share it on the forums. So I have my sheet ready to go. And let's go here. So if you saw any of these that look good or caught your eye, then you're going to want to take a screenshot. So I use a program called Snagit, but there are a whole bunch of different free screen capture programs that you can use. And what I'm looking at is just simple stuff too, like this one. I think this is embroidered, but that doesn't matter. So all I'm going to do is launch my capture here. I'll take one. And the research phase is actually pretty fun because we have no limits to what we can do. So I'm going to go here. This is what Snagit the editor looks like, save as, and then I'm going to create a new folder in my challenges. This will be number 20. Father's Day hats. There we go. And I'll just plop it in there. And then I'll go back to my sheet and I'm going to click on this cell. I'm going to go insert, image, image and cell, browse. D drive challenges. Where'd you go? Right there. I'm going to drag that down. I'm going to drag the column size over. Down again. There we go. So this is just simple. Best dad ever. Then I'll grab that URL. Copy. And then paste special values only. And then status is pending. Notes. Just simple design. Can do a bunch of variations. So when we get to the design, I'll show you some programs that you can use for some text-based designs, which work very well for print on demand. And there's one that I use that I haven't really seen anybody else using. It's an app, but I'll show you guys that. So the thing is, best stat ever, right? This just has some stars around it. This simple design could be used quite easily for how many variations could we do? Like it's just a matter of how many designs with that quote on it can you do? So you could, it's unlimited, right? So one simple quote, we could make like 50 designs, 50 different designs from one quote, and we could try and sell those 50 designs because on Marketplace, right, it's free. We're not paying for traffic at all. So there was a question coming in. Marketplace seems to be local, so it would be difficult to offer international. Not really, no, because your listing might be local, but you're going to send them to your supplier, and you're going to say, "Hey, this is my supplier. They're in the U.S. This is the order page for it. Go ahead and do it. Shipping might take, 2 weeks, 14 days, maybe a little bit more. I'm here if you need me." So you're basically talking to these people on Messenger. So it's a whole different ball game versus ads where you're not talking to the people at all. So from a scalability point of view, I mean, you could go as big as you want, but if you're making money, I don't mind chatting to people on Messenger all day. If I'm not making money, I don't want to talk to them. But if I'm not putting any money into ads, which I'm not, then I don't need to. And I'll show you some things too with scaling too, where you can actually boost a post. If you still have a Facebook account, you can boost a post. So once you get a listing on Marketplace that's doing very, very well, and you want to get more eyeballs on it, you can boost it. So then you can start paying. So this is not a typical route for print on demand at all. It's a new one. It's something that nobody's really doing. There are people that do this with drop shipping. And so the way drop shipping works is say I had, these shelves, say these storage shelves, and say I found a place that has storage shelves for sale, like wholesale. So I could take the order from this person, or sorry, they're sold. if I were selling these, I would apologize for the door. My dog's about to bark too. Uh, if I were selling these as drop shipping, then I got kids here. They'll take care of the dog. Can somebody grab her? Thank you. So, oh, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, for drop shipping, if I have a supplier, then I would take the order. They would pay me in Canada. They would pay me through PayPal, and then I would take their shipping address. I would go to the supplier, and I would manually punch that in. So I would do. I'd already been paid, so I'd put the order through the wholesaler, and then I pay the wholesaler, and then the difference between what I received on the order and what I paid out to the wholesaler is my profit. But there was no ads involved. So that's just a little bit different. Let's go back here, get back on track. Okay, let's find more hats right now. And I will take some questions at the end too. So one resource that you can see, I just went to here, Father's Day hats. Zazzle is a great resource, but let's also go to tried and true here. Legend and Legacy, that's actually a good one. Federation Dad, Captain with a name, custom patch, Miami Dolphins. Hopefully that's licensed, otherwise they're going to be in trouble. Here's one, just simple, right? Oh, actually, I like this one too. Dad. So let's take this one. See if it's sold. So when we're on Etsy, one cool part is this is a dad hat. This is very simple, right? No, this is embroidered, but we could do this design. We could do the established whatever, but we don't even need that part. I just like the dad part. If you look on Etsy and you see the reviews are 1,424 for the shop, but there's actually 14 reviews for this item. So that means that 14 people left a review, but with reviews, not everybody who buys it actually leaves a review. So if I assume maybe 5% of people leave a review, that means this hat sold about 280. That's an assumption that 5% leave a review. But usually when people have something nice to say, especially on Etsy, they don't say it. So that's why I'm going with the 5%. So I can assume that this is a winner. So what I want to do is take a note of this. It's just a simple dad design. This one says 2020, but we don't even need that if we don't want it. I mean, it's possible, but then we're narrowing the field a little bit, so we could just do the dad part. So I'll put that in notes. So then I go insert, image. Cool. So this is just straight up dad. And then we'll put the URL. URLs are good because when you look, I'll show you in a second, but when you scroll down on these URLs, especially on these platforms, you can find related items. So just the dad part, don't need the established 2020, okay? So when I go back here and I scroll down, you can see related items. So they've got mom, they've got monogram, world's best dad, daddy, another monogram, world's best dad, your text here, data. That's actually interesting. Dad hat, women want me, fish fear me. Okay, here we go. So now you're like, what corny hat could I get for my dad for Father's Day that he would probably wear and get a kick out of? Holy crap. I think we just hit something gold. Look at this. So 468 reviews on this shop, 200 for this product. Ooh, oh boy. And that's just by scrolling down to the related items. Like 4,000 of these? Dear God. So this one's embroidered, but I don't care. I don't need it to be embroidered. Let's go big. That big? Let's save that. This could be a big winner. And this would be so easy to make as a design and slap it on a hat and slap it up on the marketplace. And then make some sales. Women want me, fish fear me. Yeah. Let's read the reviews. This is on my head in a tall boy in hand. Sure fits the vibe. Okay. Bought this for my brother's birthday. Really nice quality. Embroidery is solid. Really neat. Delivery was pretty speedy considering it was both traveling from overseas and during COVID. Ooh, traveling from overseas. So somebody in the comments said marketplace seems to be local. It would be difficult to offer international. Well, Etsy is doing international. This seller is getting these made overseas, I guess, or the buyer's overseas. I don't know which is which, but don't let borders worry you. This hat was so beautiful. My friend absolutely loved it. Flawless, shipped really quick. My new favorite accessory. So, oh man, this. If you guys aren't, well, I'm doing this one. I haven't seen one with 200 reviews for the item in a while. So funny and cute, really good quality. Also, shipping was super fast. Love it. Got it for my husband. He's an avid fisher, and he said it's hilarious. Looks just like the photos too. Comfy, just the right level of corny for me. There we go. Bingo. All right, let's put this one in our sheet. We might have a winner here already. Well, based on Etsy sales, we do. But we got to make it work with Marketplace and our supplier. And getting our own design made too, which is not a difficult thing. So, women want me, fish, fear me. Then I'll get that URL. And the next thing I'm going to do on that URL, I'm going to scroll down to related, because maybe there's more related items that are looking good. So I'll put 200 reviews for this item on Etsy, means about 4,000 sold. If my estimates are right, they could be wrong, but let's look at the store. Dolce embroidery. Well, I got 4,393 sales, and it looks like they're pretty much all on that hat. Stiffer rod, better action. Oh my God. Come to Papa. You're fishy. Bite me. Fish naked, show off your rod. Oh my God. The way to do a man's heart is through his fly. Kiss my bass. Work sucks, I'm going fishing. And getting any. Fish naked, show off your fish. So this is very, very good. Meals on Reels. So this might be a maybe small, but I'm a keeper. This might be a store to follow because they seem to hit on a good one, and they got a bunch of other ones. So what I'm going to show you in a second is how to take, like, not just look for hats, but I'm going to show you one other thing. Let's scroll down. Okay, related items. Whip me, strip me, tie me, fly me. Oh my God. Bigfoot is real. Oh dear God. Eeh. Faith over fear. Yeah, see, somebody already copied it. Women want me, fish fear me. Okay. So you get the idea from Etsy. There's a lot that we can go with. There's also Amazon. There's also Cafe Press, Pinterest, Spreadshirt, Customized Girl, Life is Good. There's also one site here that I'm going to give to you guys. This site, bustedtees.com, they have hats. Check it out. So you're going to want to bookmark this because you could spend a lot of time in here. The only downside of this is I don't know how many sales they got. So if I click on, say, this one, I just want to that I'm totally going to make. I don't have any sales numbers. Don't really have any info on that. I guess reviews, but these reviews are mixed, and these are reviews for like the store more than anything. So anyway, so plan B is like a Bitcoin reference, right? I did that one is like Star Wars, Millennium Falcon hats. Now, be careful with that because I know Disney is, they're happy to sue anybody and everybody. So be very careful. If it's something like this, the dark side, and it's a play on the North Face and Disney, I think you can get away with it. Something like this, though, like Imperial Officer hats, like pew 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 pew. That might work because that's more of a, I can't remember the word for it, or Callahan Auto Parts. That's from that movie with Chris Farley. Bitcoin. Oh, here's one. Okay, so here's two. So I'll open these two. Just because I would actually wear a hat like this. So I'm going to send this to my kids to get it for me. So, what style do I want? I'm literally going to send this to them. I don't know what color. Well, maybe I'll make one, just buy it. Anyway, so this to me is hilarious. Okay, so let's take that file, save as, save. Then we'll go here, back to the sheet. We'll insert that. So even though this isn't necessarily, Father's Day, it's a hat. It's a hat for a guy. And if the guy's a dad, then there you go. There's your Father's Day gift for him. So I posted two in the group, or was it in forums? I can't remember. Asking like, what did you buy your dad for Father's Day last year? A lot of people are like, nothing. I was like, oh, okay. Well, here's an idea. And that design would not be difficult to make at all. So I'm gonna grab the URL. Where'd the URL go? Right here. Put that in. And love this hat. I just think it's funny. All right, let's go back here. And then this one. So this is where you're getting into a mix, right? The Datalorian. You're kind of narrowing it down to the Mandalorian. But I mean, it's a funny hat. Can you get away with that from a Disney lawyer point of view? I don't know. Probably. Let's just save. The beauty of research is you can save whatever you want to your sheet. There's no limit. Insert image, image and cell. I was going to do a couple more and then I got to move on to the next part. Like I said, I'll share this with you guys. And then the dad. If you guys don't know what that is, it's an awesome show on Disney Plus. I hope they make a new season soon. And then trademark. Okay, I'll put that because I don't know. I know Disney's nuts when they love suing people. So be very careful. Here's one, Vandalay Industries. That would be funny too because that's from Seinfeld. And I'll show you coming up when we list these. I'll show you how to take this hat and make it a Father's Day gift. And it's all just in the text, really. But this is something I could sell year round, not just Father's Day. So let's insert that one. And there is another way to copy and paste and insert into these cells. This is just how I do it out of habit. And it's kind of step one in our process is the research, which is always fun. I could research all day. It's just fun to see what's out there. And it gets the juices flowing, gets you excited. Let's grab the URL. So for Seinfeld, that's from NBC, but I think you can get away with that because the show's so old. So I'll say I doubt this is trademarked because it was a fake company that George came up with in the show. So I seriously doubt that they did anything with it. But you can see there's like 5 pages of this. Punch it, Chewy. Spelling bee. Oh man. Stupid makes me laugh. I think I would get that just to drive the spelling Nazis crazy. That's good. I'm going to copy that URL right here. And I'll insert this one. Oh, did I save it? I think I did. Yeah. Yeah, I did. Insert. Browse there. Okay. There. Okay. So I got a bunch in here, but actually right now, before I forget, I'm going to put this into the forums. So if you're ever using Google Sheets and you want to share something, remove the word edit and replace it with copy at the end, and you will be able to. So watch this. So if I go here, this way, oh, I do think I have to turn on the share. So change to anyone with the link. Done. Okay. Now, if I go here, and I'll say research spreadsheet copy inside. Click that link to get a copy of the spreadsheet for your own usage. Make sure you our database for inspiration, motivation. There. Okay, so you guys, if you go to the forums, so you go to the forums, go here, go here, click that. Once it loads, and then click make a copy, and it'll put a copy in your folder for you. So I'm going to leave it at that, but let's go back here. Let's want to see, there was another place that was coming up. Oh yeah, no, funny Cafe Press was the other one. We're just going to visit this real quick. Born to fish. So yeah, here's a bunch. I'm not retired. Fishing is just is a full-time job. There's a retired one. Can't fix stupid. Keep calm and move to Canada. Okay. Life is a circus. Got chocolate. RV there yet? My next husband will be normal. Okay. Hold my beer and watch this. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm not weird. I'm limited edition. I'm not angry. I just have RBF. This legend is 50, 90. I demand a recount. So you can see there are a whole bunch of these, but I'm going to show you something else here too. So we're going to go back to Etsy, and I'm going to go like this, because if you look at something like this quote, and I'm looking for a bestseller. There's a Dandelion. Because I showed you how to research hats, right? But if you find okay, so there's a bestseller. Not crazy about it, but let's see. Oh, 79 reviews. Okay, I'm crazy about it. So watch this. Just so you know, you're not limited to just hats, but you can take these quotes and you can easily put them on a hat. So this quote, my jokes are officially dad jokes, with 79 reviews for the item. Remember, if we assume 5% left one, what? What? Did I do that right? Divided by. Holy crap. Well, that's nuts. 1,500 sales? Dear God. Okay, so I like it. So let's grab this URL too. So we found a best-selling funny dad shirt and on Etsy. So I'm going to put this in my hat research folder, which you're thinking like, man, you crazy? Why are you doing that? We're doing hats. We're not doing shirts. But it's the quote I'm after. Because that quote, I can make a design and I can slap it on a hat. So my jokes are, maybe it's for people who just had a kid. Take this and put it on a hat. There we go. Go back here. See if there's any other bestsellers. Yeah, this one though, I'd be a little worried about trademark stuff. I know it's selling a lot, but it's because it's Avengers. Yeah, I mean, they even use the Avengers logo. When you look at that and you think, 192, so let's do the math again. It's got a buttload of sales divided by 0.05. Yeah, it's got a lot of sales, but there's a reason. Main one being it's copyright trademark infringement. So Disney um, owns Marvel, right? Disney will hunt this down and they'll hunt this guy down. So yeah, this store has a bunch of sales, but I personally wouldn't do this. Anything Avengers or Disney. Now there's a bunch of other ones in here. Oh, even look at that. You can't do that. Can't do that. This whole store can't do that. You probably could do that. Yeah, this guy's gonna get nailed. That's Minnie Mouse. That's a no-no. That's a no-no. That's a no-no. Don't do Snoopy. Don't do Minnie Mouse ever. Don't do that guy. I can't remember his name, but the child Mando 20. This is the way. Okay. Yeah, this guy is just making a lot of money. But or Sophia is making a lot of money, but she is going to get nailed by Disney, and not in a good way. All right, so it's not a dad bod. Let's look at this one. It's a father figure. That's actually not bad. Oh, 36. So let's look at that. What are we looking at here? 720. That's not bad. Something like that could easily go on a hat too. So this will be, I think this will be the last one we put in the database for now. But you guys, your homework is to fill up your database / spreadsheet with as many as you can find, because then you're going to go back in the next training and we're going to actually make some designs and we're going to upload them. We're going to get them ready for listing and then we're going to list them. So we got a lot of work to do, but it all starts with coming up with ideas. And we're not going to make direct copies. We're just using the quote. It's not a dad bod. So something like that, we could easily put on a hat. Or, yeah. Now, where was that? Right here? Nope, here. And when I copy the URL, I don't copy the whole URL. I just take the part in front of the question mark. Then go pending. Just because I don't care about the bear holding the beer. Excuse me. All right. Good for that. All right. So now, what supplier are we going to use for this? So I had to find one, and for the dad stuff, there is one guy out there that's got an embroidery hat thing, but you got to pay like a whole bunch of money to get into it. So I haven't used that. The one place I did find is, and I'm going to walk you through creating a new account with them, like right now, is this. So I'll just pull this over here. The one I found that I liked was this Merch King. So go to ppc-coach.com/Merch King. And when you go there, you're going to land on this. Now I'll put this URL in the forums too. But if we go, well, let's go to Merch King without first. I'll just type it in. You can go direct. If you go through my link, I get a referral fee. If you don't, I don't. So I don't care which way you go. It's no skin off your back either way. Let's just go merchking.com. If you don't want to use my link, don't use it. Just go here. So you'll see what they got. They have shoes too. So here, let's look at their products. Now I thought of jigsaw puzzles as well. Those are very cool. Like what I had to do was find a company that offered things that I hadn't really sold before and that didn't interfere with like my gear bubble stuff or my shine on stuff. Just expanding the print on demand world. So if you look at this, I mean, I could have done a whole challenge on jigsaw puzzles, or I could have done one on grocery bags, or a wooden jigsaw puzzle. Well, that's just horizontal and vertical. Look at this: laundry basket, bandanas, hampers, face coverings, one mask and two filters, face covering, a whole bunch of face covering, large leather tote. Not quite sure that would work for Father's Day. Small leather tote, probably not, eh? Shoulder bag, no. Saddle bag, well, choice Behar, where's that? Cloth totes, no. Tumbler would work. That would work. But look at this. They got shoes. High tops, low tops, sneakers, boots. The only thing I don't like about shoes is the sizing issues. Same with t-shirts. The only thing I don't like about t-shirts is the sizing issues because people will always buy, well, there's a lot of returns, right? Because they buy the wrong size. And it's not that, like, it seems like every company makes the size a little bit different. So I think you could definitely sell shoes and you could put funny stuff on shoes or funny patterns or whatever you want. I mean, Nike does it, but the shoe business, the t-shirt business, it's just one that involves so many returns that I don't want to deal with it, especially if I'm selling on marketplace where they do have like a direct contact to me. I don't want to deal with a return. So that's why I went with something that it's kind of like one size fits all, and if it doesn't fit, too bad. But look at this, they got twin size beds, bedding, pillowcases, queen, king, quilts, blankets, umbrellas, hanging shelf, auto shades, mesh, knit sneakers, car covers. I don't even know what a boho bag is, but whatever. Chunky sneakers, boots. So they do a lot of footwear. And then these blankets, leggings. These are cool too. I think like a garden flag or a house flag. I think there's a lot of potential here for Father's Day and basically year round too. But for Father's Day, you could put a funny like quote from a t-shirt or quote from a hat on one of these garden flags or house flags, and you could give it to dad. And I know that like I've got a trailer, like a seasonal trailer that we go to in the summer. And I know if I had like a garden flag that had some funny thing on it, I'd probably stick it in the garden out front just because why not make people laugh. But here we go. Now we're getting into travel bags, boots, classic hats. We got classic. We got mesh back. We got snapback. We got trucker hats. We got 5 panel hats. I don't even know what that is, but we got bucket hats. So for fishing, bucket hats are pretty cool. This is why I like this because they have like one, two, three, four, five, six options for hats. Now, which one you use is up to you, but I'm sure meshback works very well. Um, these bucket hats, I think if you're talking like fishing or even like driving on a jet ski or that kind of thing, this hat gives you more coverage for like the back of your neck to keep the sun off it. So it's probably a good one. Mailbox covers, we got hydro tracking, stair stickers, mouse pads. They're doing a whole ton of stuff, but I found this company because I like the hats and I like this. You get your own domain. So we kind of have to now. I mean, all the print on demand companies, the platforms, you have to have your own domain. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to use Facebook ads ever. But this is cool because you can register your first. It's 15 bucks to register, but you're going to need one anyway. So you might as well get it out of the way. The reason I'm in print on demand is right here. They handle the customer service. So we don't have to. They do the payment processing, so we don't have to. They pay out with PayPal and Payoneer. Perfect. I use PayPal for Gear Bubble and Shine On. Quality shoes with express delivery. Take care of, now that's shoes. your fulfillment. Make sure your customers get high quality footwear with express international delivery 10 to 15 days after purchase. Will love your brand so much they'll come back and buy again and again. This too, the one-click upsells and downsells is something that's very cool. There aren't really platforms that give you a lot of control on this. Well, they'll give you an upsell, but they won't really give you a downsell. And a downsell just means like, buy this, I don't know, tumbler with the same logo on it at full price. And then the person says no. So the downsell is, okay, how about 10% off? Will you take that? And then the person says yes. So there's an upsell of a tumbler at full price. The downsell is the tumbler at 10% off. So this makes a lot more sense to me. So get ready. I'm ready to start selling now. Oh yeah, I'm ready. So when you go in there, when you create your account, you can't really even launch anything. So I created a new one here, but you can't launch anything until you actually buy a domain. So what I'm going to do right now with you is I'm going to buy a domain because I know the question is going to be, what domain do I buy? Now, I don't want you to buy something like Will's Fishing Hat Shop because that's way too narrow. We don't want that. With a domain, we want to go broad and we want to create a brand. So it could be Julio's Gift Shop, like that's fine, or Barb's Gift Corner, that's fine. Anything, it doesn't have to have the word gift in it either. It could just be a brand name. That would be fine. But go generic, go broad, so that within this domain and our store that they create on this for free, we can sell whatever we want in whatever niche that we want to be in. So for me, I thought, I like to have the word gift in it, although it doesn't matter. We can just go like this. I'm sure this is gone. We just click check. Yeah. So what about this? Oh, look at that. So wow, this is awesome.com. I'm gonna buy it. So let's enter my email, and I'm gonna move this over to my other screen for a second, just because for privacy, I'm gonna fill this in. So I'm putting in my email, putting in my name, putting in my street, putting in my city, and my postal code, zip code in the US, and I'm gonna hit payment. And now here's where I'm at. Pay $14.99, so I gotta pay that. So I'm definitely gonna move my, hope you guys can't see my credit card. If you can, I'm in trouble. Punch this in, and then expiry, and then CVC code, and pay. Processing. Just gonna leave it on the other screen for 1 second. Okay. So this is what you're gonna get. Thank you for purchasing your brand new domain. Take 2 hours for it to become active. In some cases, your domain can become active within 24 to 48 hours. In the meantime, you can create campaigns by uploading designs, edit site details, choose the right banner for your site, and explore the platform. Important, please check your email, which you've used for domain registration. If you receive immediate verification required email within the next few minutes, please click the verification link in that email to complete domain registration. If you don't finish the requested verification within the next 15 calendar days, your domain and site will be suspended until you verify it. If you don't receive email verification within the next few minutes, then the verification isn't required for your email and address. Okay. There we go. So now we're in. That's our domain. So you guys can't take that on me. It's a dumb domain, and I spelt it wrong too. Ah. Oh man, no wonder that was available. I spelt it wrong. Urgh. Oh well, this is not my real story anyway. So good learning, teachable moment. Check your spelling. I'm horrible for spelling, and I did it again. Just noticed now. But maybe awesome is like a play on words. There you go. Wow, this is spelt wrong. I told you, maybe I should make that spelling bee champ shirt or one. Okay, so logo. We can do a logo. We can use Canva. We can do a favicon. That's very easy to do. I can show you how to do this stuff in the next training. I can show you this part if you want. But a logo, I mean, they give you the height 500 by 125. You can convert a logo into this using online converters. And a banner image 1140 by 300. I would use Canva for the logo and the favicon and the banner. Storefront campaigns. Some campaigns will be shown on the storefront. I don't have any yet. So here's where we get into some Facebook stuff. The new Facebook pixel, domain verification code. So you know how you have to verify your domain in your Facebook account now, and they give you a little piece of code. Plug it in there, and that'll verify it. Custom script, Google Tag ID Manager, so that's cool. SSL, you can get that if you want. Enable shipping insurance on checkout. That's good to have. Cross sells. Enable related products on product page. Enable related products on checkout. Enable related products on thank you page. So you can turn that on or off, whatever you want to do. Ban traffic from countries. This is a good idea. There might be countries that you just do not want to sell to. So the first one that I'm going to put in that I know I don't want to sell to, because I've had nothing but issues with this, is these dudes. I just don't want to sell there. I've never had good luck with Nigeria, and nothing against Nigeria besides I've never had good luck with it, but they just stink for me. So I actually have, if you guys remind me, I have a list of I think it's 48 countries that I have on an exclusion list for my Google Ads. Sometimes I go worldwide and I'll just exclude 48 countries. So I think I'll share that with you guys and we'll just ban it here. So if you're saying ban traffic from countries, so if you only want to sell in the US, you could ban traffic from like every other country, really. If you don't want to sell overseas, ban the countries overseas so that you're not selling to them. So even if they try to buy, they can't. This could protect your marketplace account too. Because if we have people, like say you only want to focus on North America, maybe you don't even want Canada. Maybe you don't want any of that. You don't want to deal with anything except the US, then just ban all the other countries. And then the email, well, looks like they give you an email too. Support at, wow, this is awesome. Spelled wrong. Compliments me. So there's your site stuff. Then you got campaigns you can launch, which we'll go into in detail. And it looks like I can create more than one site if I want. We got orders, which is cool. So you got the order number, customer, campaign name, product, site, profit, status, created. And I'm wondering, I think the tracking number goes in there too. Pretty sure. Customers, there's your customers. So you could download your customers and you could put them into an email program as well. Discounts. There you go. Create a discount code. Your team. If you have virtual assistants, you can add them. Payouts. Config payout. So you're going to want to do that. That's my PayPal, so I'll just save that. And then affiliates, so you can send people here too if you want. But anyway, super simple to use, really easy. And then the store itself, well, I mean, we have to actually launch campaigns on the store, and then we'll send people there from Facebook Marketplace to buy it. So it's kind of it's a very neat way to not be paying for any ads. But at the same time, there's an upside and downside to every single business model we do. From a scalability point of view, we're going to be the bottleneck in this case, just because we do have to respond to people on Facebook. But we're not paying for ads, so that's the kind of the trade-off that we have to do. So maybe what I like for this is there's a lot of potential, a lot of money to be made. Not having ads is wonderful. Having somebody else do the customer service for me and me kind of acting as the in-between is fine. So if I get a customer who's like, I ordered, where's my order? Well, what's going on? Then I'll say, oh, just let me check with the supplier. And then I'll go to the supplier and then I'll check, and then I'll report back to them. So it's kind of like Shopify in that way. Same thing. So it's a neat, interesting twist on something that we've never done before. As print on demand sellers, really. Nobody really sells on the marketplace. There's drop shippers on the marketplace already, but we're not there. So I'm going to take some questions here. Oh boy. Okay. I'll take some questions and we'll close it off. But you don't like customer service. No, I do not like customer service. You're right. I hate it. But that's what I'm saying. It's a trade-off. It's a huge trade-off. So my with dealing with the company and a print on demand platform, I am going to kind of pass it off to the print on demand platform too, while keeping the customer happy. So I kind of feel like it's hybrid customer service in this case. It's not as bad as like a Shopify store where you're the man, or woman, you're on the hook. Another comment, I'm in California and see a lot of ads I see in marketplace are drop shippers. Yeah, drop shippers are hitting it pretty hard. Is there a print on demand embroidery platform? There is, and I can't remember the name off the top of my head. And it does cost a good chunk of change to get into it. Might be worth it though. Auto shades, yes. Garden flag on Facebook Marketplace, yes. Right? Like, look at my marketplace right now, because I've been looking for landscaping stuff. So if I go to marketplace, oh, he responded, 4 months old. Okay. I wish I were a little bit bigger. I might buy it. Anyway, yeah, imagine so you load this up and you're like, oh, there's a funny saying on a garden flag. That's pretty cool, right? Like I love that. Overseas companies shipping times. Shipping times are the same as any other platform. Um, but no, they're not overseas. They're in the US. Let me triple check that. I'm positive Merch King is in the US. Bucket hat for golf, exactly. So yeah, just real quick. Doesn't even have to be a shirt. Most 20 golf quotes. Well, I wanted funny. Well, let's go like this. There's one I'm looking for. Tap that. Oh my God. You could put that on a hat. This one too. I used to make a bunch of these when I sold t-shirts on Teespring. World's okayest golfer. There's a hat right there. And like a bucket hat for golf. Put that on it. There you go. Can I add Merch King items to my GB Pro store? Uh, you know what? That is a good question. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that. I'm not 100%. My For GB Pro, I'm pretty sure you can add whatever you want to the store, but let me double check that. Wow, Merch King is expensive for an annual fee after one $29.99. Is that expensive though? 30 bucks for a year? I don't know. I think that's pretty cheap personally, but I mean, to each his own. Not everything in life is free, right? So we gotta pay for some stuff. It sucks, but that's the way she goes. Would love to port my own domain over. I don't believe we can through their system, but you could, if you have like bobsgiftshop.com and you want to do this, you could put maybe a hyphenated one, bob-gift-shop.com. So it looks the same, but it's not the same. Your daughter getting you a wow, is that awesome hat for Father's Day? Yes, they are. I exclude every country except Canada and the UK. Except USA, Canada, UK. Yep, good idea. I can use Gear Bubble if I want, though, Will, right? Yes, you can. You're about to explain why someone would want to do business with the country. What is the reason? The reason well, mainly shipping times, right? Overseas. If you're shipping from the US to overseas, it takes a while. So let's say you sell to somebody in, I don't know, Iraq or, I don't know, Israel or pick a country like New Zealand. Let's use New Zealand. So you're selling from the US to New Zealand, and the shipping time on that is going to be insane. So your customer might be getting annoyed that it's taking so long for them to get the product. Whereas if you're selling to somebody in the US and the suppliers in the US, the shipping time is going to be a fraction of what it takes to go overseas. Even from the US to Canada, we have longer shipping times because it takes longer to cross the border, and then it's just further. So the further the distance, the more issues you're going to have. Would you use your regular FB account to post the items or use a backup one? Yeah, I'm using my regular because I haven't run into any issues. But like I said, the caveat is this: it's Facebook, so I can't guarantee that people won't get a marketplace account banned. Will they ban your profile? I doubt it. Like same with ads, right? They'll restrict your profile or they'll ban your ad account, but you can still use Facebook. So every time, what, 9, 10 times I've been banned on Facebook ads, I could still use my profile. There was only one time where they requested like an ID that I couldn't use Facebook as my profile for like 7 days while they verified it. So it is Facebook, so I can't really say if, it's a risk. Everything's a risk in life. I could walk out my door, go get a coffee, get hit by a car today. I mean, knock on wood, that doesn't happen, but everything's a risk. What if we have the shipping option? How do we send them to the POD store? Okay, so I'm going to cover this in the next one, but if you have the shipping option, you don't have to send them to the store. So in that case, you're going to get their name, their address, you're going to have a payment pending in Facebook. So what you're going to do is take that information, you're going to go to your store, you're going to buy it. But for the mailing address, the shipping address, you're going to put their address. So billing address is you, shipping address is them. Okay. So if you have that, you have an advantage over me because I do not have that. How will it work for US sellers? If they use the Pay Now button, we'll be able to get tracking numbers in 3 days. So for US sellers, like I said, you have an advantage, huge advantage over me, because you're going to get their name and their address. You're going to go to, in this case, your store, and you're just going to put the order in, but you're going to use the mailing address as their address. Also, when you do that, set your pricing on your products as low as possible if you're planning on like drop shipping from Merch King, which is what you'd be doing. So you would go to your sales page on Merch King, you'd order it, and then you just change the mailing address to them. Now, for tracking numbers within 3 days, yes. If you don't have the tracking number in 3 days, you're going to have issues. There is a workaround for that I know of that I will teach if you guys need it. Okay. I don't want to confuse a bunch of people right now, but you may or may not need it. So I'm hoping you don't need it at all. So for me, I don't need the tracking number because I don't have it. Can you sell on an American Facebook marketplace if you're outside of America? Yes, you can change your listing location. I've done that. It does seem to take a while to get some views, but it does work. Okay, so I'm in Canada, so I like to list in like where do I have it? New York, which is huge. So I'll list there because there's like millions and millions of people, or Los Angeles, or a bunch of cities in Texas and a bunch of cities in Florida, because I know a lot of people buy from there. That's one route, to take the big cities and target them. The other route is go the opposite, take the small cities where there's not as much competition for listings and list there. So it just depends on what you want to do. Any asshole can hit a second shot. Lee Trevino, I think, nice. I just paid $20 to renew a website at GoDaddy. Okay. I have like 110 domains at GoDaddy that hit renewal like pretty much every 3 days or something. I get a renewal coming in. This is awesome training. Thank you, my friend. Customs can be an issue too. Yes, true. Customs can when you're selling international. I know I've sold necklaces to people in the UK, and some of them say, "Oh, I had to pay a customs fee," and others say, "No, there's no custom fee at all." Even here, when I order a necklace, so I'll get a good seller and I'll order it because I want to shoot a video of it. And if it's coming from like Kansas to here, there's once I think I had to pay an import fee before they'd release it at the border. and the other like 9 that I got, I didn't have one. So I don't know how they randomly pick which ones they want to put a duty on. Are the prices they show including shipping, or is that extra? It's extra. What do you think the cost of ads will be? So we don't need ads for this. Number one, the cost of ads is kind of like a boosted post, but it's a boosted marketplace post. So the cost of that is whatever you set it to. So if you want to spend $5,000 a day on boosting a marketplace listing, go for it. If you want to spend five, go for it. So there is no, that's like, there's no definitive answer. It's how much do you want to spend. The inventory is there for the ads. If you want to go that route and boost a listing that's doing well, and you have an ad account, then you can. I have to say that too because I know a lot of people don't have an ad account anymore. So it is an option, but this is like getting free marketplace traffic to your product. That's the main goal. So for scaling later, we can talk about that, how to boost it, but we don't need to yet. Right. Yes, you do not need to be running ads. Okay. So that's the beauty of it. So when you go on marketplace, so you're like, okay, well, you just showed me a whole bunch of research stuff. You showed me like 10. Yeah, maybe I'll list like a couple things on marketplace and then see how it goes. No, it's a volume game. We're going to be listing because it's free. There's not even a charge to list. You go to Etsy and what is it now? 25 cents, I think. A listing, 20, 25. I can't remember what they charge me. But there's no listing fee on marketplace right now. I mean, maybe in the future they will because it is Facebook. So they're what Facebook typically does when they have a new traffic source is they make it big, they make it free to use for everybody. And then once it's working well, that's where they start charging. So like Facebook itself, right? Well, ads were never free, but the whole point of them building up to like billions of users on Facebook was so they could sell ads eventually. That was their whole goal. So with Marketplace too, we're going to see a lot of changes coming up. I don't know what they are, but I guarantee they're going to happen because Facebook is not going to see people selling stuff for free and then not getting a piece. Now I know if you're in the US and you're using the shipping option and you're using Facebook payments, that there is like, I think it's a 5% fee on every transaction. So keep that in mind too. But because we're not paying for ads, that's that 5% is something I don't mind paying because basically I'm using their traffic for free. All right. We went a little bit longer than usual on this, but that's okay. So the next step is this, go to the forum and you want to make a copy of that research sheet and you're going to go to town on that sheet. So find hats, find shirts, find just funny dad stuff, add it to the sheet and then make notes and then make the URL where you found it. Next, you're going to go here. You can use my link or you can go direct. I don't care what you do. And you're going to create your account and then you're going to buy a domain. So if you have a domain ready on some branded store, just make a variation for this one. And then you're going to be able to access this. Oh, did I just lose my audio? Is my audio okay? Give me a one if I'm still okay here. Okay. Weird. Oh, my side tone dropped out. Yeah, it went funky. Okay. Well, good timing, right? All right. So you're going to create your domain, and then we're going to be off to the races. Next training, we're going to be doing some designs. We're going to be doing some uploads, and we're going to be listing. So it's going to be a big one on the next one. All right. If you have any questions, what do? We go to here where we get support for anything you need. So go here, make a new post. There's my question. There's my thread title. There's my message, post, and you'll get help. I go in here every morning and I check this. Okay. So you're getting not only training, but you're getting support along the way. And the goal for everybody is to make a bunch of sales and to find a bunch of products that are working. And down the road, like I'm kind of jumping ahead, but when you list a whole bunch and you find something that's working, guess what we can do next with that? We can start running paid ads. So we don't have to, it's optional, but when you're scaling, this is kind of like testing for free. And we can still scale it, right? Just by launching more and more and more and boosting the posts. But when we find a winner, why not run some paid stuff to it as well? All right, I'm gonna close with that. Y'all have a great day. This is gonna be fun. I cannot wait to show you guys the rest of this. There are a couple of moving parts that we gotta cover, but we're gonna cover it in detail, and you're in good hands. So we will talk to you soon. We'll see you in the forums, and we'll see you on the next live training too. Have a great day, everybody.